What's up, guys? It is a couple minutes after 6. We have just arrived on our install here Monday. We are in Boone, North Carolina. I think it's about a 45-minute drive from the shop. We got a quartz install here. I think maybe one seam riser, raised bar, backsplash on everything. That's the kitchen there. We've got a small single bowl vanity in here in the bathroom, which gets backsplash as well. Then here to the right, we've got a double bowl vanity. Now, depending on how Gary edits the content I give him, you'll see that, I got rid of a few guys this past month. And then the weather put us behind today. And I've got a couple guys I'm training right now, but Melissa and I's having to do a lot right now. So I actually worked on this job Saturday till about 10, and then I worked about 5 hours yesterday, Sunday, to get it ready. And so we're running behind. I don't like being at customers' homes this late, but we do our best to get them done. We're trying not to push any jobs out, but at the same time, we don't want our quality to suffer because we're behind. So just bear with us. I think we'll get back where we need to be here soon. As soon as I get Hayden and AJ trained properly. And then we're trying to get some more help. So, but anyway, just like all the other videos, if we run into any problems, I'll show you what they are and how we work through them. And periodically, I'll show you where we're at, and we'll do just like we do on all of them. If you have any questions, leave it in the comments, and I'll do everything I can to answer it. I appreciate it. All right, I got our laser on here, and the cabinets don't look too bad. Not too bad. All right, guys, if you look right here, we got a kind of a weeble wobble issue here. So I'm looking at probably a 1/2 inch back there in that right corner, as you can see. So basically, it looks to me like we got maybe a high spot right here with these cabinets joined together. It's definitely right here in the joint of these cabinets. So if you see, you kind of got the same thing in the front here. And if you look from the joint and you follow it back to the left, you'll see this cabinet here. It gradually drops down there about 3/16 of an inch and continues into the dishwasher until it gets over there. So I've found a piece of wood in the truck. I'm gonna try to put some type of support here, because as you see, there's absolutely nothing on that back wall back there. All right, guys, so I got this piece in there. It covers most of that. I'd like to have something over here as well. Not sure exactly what to do there. Alright, guys, we got all the tops in. It was templated over top of existing countertops, so I think the customers tore those out either today or yesterday. So when you have existing countertops and backsplash on top of it, you can't get everything perfect. So we're a little off here, so I'll have to make that work out. And then this one here, of course, the same thing. You had existing countertops, but we got this weird angle here on the wall. So we've got this piece of trim here. So as you see, it's eventually got to go over here and fit in, and it's got to get past this piece of trim here. So somehow you got to do that. You got to give yourself space until you can pop past this to get in there. So probably what we're going to end up doing is sinking this one over into the wall, which should give us a 1/2 to 5/8 of an inch extra, to where we can pull this over, insert it into the trim, and then just pop everything right back in place. Of course, it gets backsplash, so no harm, no foul. Also, by doing that, it will allow us to separate this and get the epoxy in it to put our seam together. Whereas if we don't go into the wall and we just push this past the trim, once we get it in there, we don't have any gap, any distance to get the epoxy in there. And then you don't have a good sturdy seam. So anyways, it's not the first time you guys have seen me do that. So just want to let you know kind of the plan there I'll show you the restrooms as well. I noticed when we brought this one in, we've got a little bit of a lip right here I got to take off. So it's got some wood on the wall. Not really our job, but I'll try to take some of that off as well. And then this one here, we like a little bit getting past the bump out on this wall here. Not really a big deal. We'll make it work. Goodness gracious, I look rough. Anyways, we have plenty of room on these seats. So I did the setback at 4.5, and we're gonna get to rocking and rolling on this, guys, and I'll show you how it turns out. Guys, we're gonna hit this with the multi-tool real quick, see how well it comes off. AJ's peeling it off, but I think this will be faster. Multi-tool, baby. Alright. Thank you. Alrighty, guys, I'm getting ready to work my seam on this one. I've already went in and shimmed up all the way around, and I was discussing my short I did on this yesterday, showing the colors and all that, and just explained to the customers how there's what would you guys say, 1,000 different whites, and unless you're getting like a porcelain white sink or something, you're not going to get a white that doesn't have a taste of something else in it. And then any type of white works just like a mirror. If you have blue on your walls, that white's going to be a little more blue. If you have purple on your walls, guess what? Going to be a little purple. If you have tan on your wall, it's going to be a little tan. So with this wall being a little tan, that's going to add a little bit more tan to this. You saw the amount of brown that I added to the short yesterday. Actually, this is one of the whitest I've seen. If you remember in the beginning of that short, I was saying it looked about as white as I'd seen it. Anyway, I'm going to put this together and kind of show you how it turns out. And you know, the first thing we always do on a seam is clean it. Alright guys, I cleaned it out with denatured alcohol. You never ever use your metal putty knife when doing a seam on light colored stone, light colored quartz. Granted, it's okay. Alright, the Aardwolf joint setter is doing its job. You can hear it silent. Once it gets its vacuum on, it holds really well. The epoxy, it's I don't know, I say it's 3/4 the way dry. Went ahead and drilled 2 more faucet holes in all the vanity sinks. We will be having a talk with Melissa because all the templates said single hole. I know, because I double and triple checked them at the shop. Actually, I think templates are out here. I can show you. It says need specs, and it says single hole. Need specs, and it says single hole. I don't know what's going on there. A lot of times when you're sinking into the wall, you'll run into the screws that they put into the drywall to connect it to the stud. You can try to squeeze your drill in there and get those out. A lot of times you're not going to be able to, so you can just take a chisel and a hammer and just pop it. They usually just break off just like that. Just like that right there. Get rocking and rolling. Alright. You can see the epoxy set up now. We're going to pull the old Aardwolf off of here, pop it back in a box, and clean this seam up. Alright, like I mentioned in my short yesterday, you can use the metal razor blade to go up to the seam, but you don't want to use that on the seam. Now we're going to run our skim coat to fill in this little line we got here, and then we'll be good to go. Alright, we got our skim coat on there, and we're looking good. Alright guys, I just informed the customer we're going to have to come back in the morning to finish. I told him between 10 and 11. It's 10:30 right now, and I've been cutting out in the parking lot, just waiting on somebody to come out there and give me a hard time for keeping them awake. And because I was rushing, I cut this riser a little short on the right hand side, so I'm going to have to recut it. Plus, every piece of backsplash was different heights. Anytime you template on top of existing countertops, you cannot know exactly what the height's going to be. And we got mirrors. So not one piece, not two pieces, every piece had to be ripped down. So, and then this fancy mess right here. Every piece. All right, Hayden.
Yep.
AJ?
Yeah.
Go ahead and start cleaning up everything.
Okay. Let me finish this.
Weird little angle right here, guys. And don't. It's not a 22 and a half. I'm not sure what that angle is, but it's a weird one. I brought extra splash. I can bring this out. I got to figure out what angle to cut this one at to make it work right. I'll go like that. So, I don't know. Hold on, I'm on video. You see what I mean, guys? If you look, this riser, the template for the riser is a 1/4 inch short to start with from top to bottom. And then it's about almost a 1/2 inch short from left to right. So you're starting out losing. I mean, you can't win if you're starting wrong. So as you can see, I'm going to add a 1/2 inch to the right toward the wall. I'm going to add a 1/4 inch from top to bottom on this right hand side, and it's going to go from 1/4 to 0 down here because I'm tight down here. And also, this outside edge just needs to be polished because even though it's got trim there, it's going to stick out away from the trim. Okay.